Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Press the bar.
Larry Matkaitis, State Farm Marshal.
Okay. I'm going to cut to the chase. There's a lot of people are leaving in this room, and I want to know what's going on here. I know there was some real issues. I was concerned that the communities weren't being heard, and I'm concerned that it was heavy-handed, quite frankly. So is it your position that you want to mandate a statewide idea on this? I want to know. Is that where you're going?
At this point right now, I pulled it back last year in June, July, or what have you, with the idea that after we filed with JCAR, I got a lot of comments coming back and a lot of advice as far as this goes. Now, the new codes in ICC, as the lady over here said, including the NFPA, mandate sprinklers. But I would also like to answer.
I want to focus on my question. Is it your position that you intend on putting a state mandate on, yes or no?
Well, no. And let me put it to you this way. We need to adopt a code right now at this point right now. And I think we need to sit down, and I think we need to talk this out. And
I don't know why that hasn't happened. I can't believe we're in front of this committee right now.
I attempted to do that, and I think Representative Feigenholz is. But look, I'm ready to sit down with her and settle this and what have you, and in the best interest of the citizens of Illinois. There are codes that mandate sprinklers in them.
But JCAR had to stop you, because you tried to mandate them.
Well, I never, no.
Well, yes, I mean, that's what happened, right?
Well,
that's exactly what happened. You tried to mandate it, and JCAR stopped you. So there is a check and a balance.
No, JCAR didn't stop me. I stopped myself.
Well, but you didn't have the votes on JCAR.
Well, no. And quite honestly, at this point right now, we ended up with, the only reason I went through JCAR is that when JCAR was established in 1977, what they ended up with is our code has been adopted 3 times through JCAR. And the only thing that I did was follow my predecessors as well, and the last time it was done in 2001. In 2001, sprinklers and high-rises were mandated by JCAR in every high-rise in the state of Illinois. The State Fire Marshal did not require sprinklers in all high-rises. A lot of people got that wrong. Okay? I didn't change any of the code. Our current code right now that was adopted in 2001 mandates sprinklers in all high-rises. I didn't do that. That was done by the JCAR committee in 2001. The issue that I'm looking at is mandatory sprinklers in new housing and what have you. And I want to adopt the code, and I'm going to retract part of it as well. I want to take a look at putting sprinklers in all new housing and what have you, and proving to people that that's going to be cheaper to put sprinklers in. They're going to reduction on their mortgage. They're going to get a reduction on their insurance. The bottom line is that when it comes down and what have you, we've figured it out. If you put sprinklers in your house, it's $13 a month. That's it. I put them in my sprinkler in my house, and it cost me $3,500. And they came out to $1.50 a square foot. My insurance went down over 20%. That's the advantage. And not only that, we have lightweight construction.
No, we understand that, but that might be a better thing to be discussed amongst the General Assembly, perhaps, instead of an individual making that decision. I understand your passion for it, but others might not have the same. Well, they might have different. Different numbers than you. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Harris.
But I do have an answer.
I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Harris for a moment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Marshal Matkaitis, may I ask, do you know how many members there are on JCAR?
12.
Right. Do you know what it takes to stop a proposed rule in JCAR?
I think 8.
8, right. And I've dealt with JCAR for many years. You know how hard it is to get 8 members of JCAR to say no to a rule? I'm here to tell you there were 12 members of JCAR who were going to say no to this rule. Did Representative Leach last year, I believe it was last year, introduce a resolution saying before we mandate sprinklers, consult, bring it to the General Assembly, and don't do it by rule? Did he introduce such a resolution?
Yes, he did.
It seems to me you were tone deaf. With all due respect, you were tone deaf to what the legislature was saying when we said, bring it to us. This is the result of what happens when we said, we need to be involved in this. This is a big deal.
I believe that we already pulled it back at that point, and I listened to...
Well, you didn't pull it back before Representative Leach's resolution, but my point here is this. We want to work with you. None of us here in this committee or in the chamber is going to put any of our members or any of our constituents at risk from a fire. But there are big implications to such a mandate, and it was, in my opinion, the wrong way to go. And we have, because of that, the result is this bill. And
Representative, I agree with you. Okay, I agree with you. I have an agreement. I have an agreement with Senator Cullerton at this point, and I met with him maybe a month and a half ago. I think most of you saw the letter that he sent me, and I agree with you. I think that if we're going to deal with sprinklers in the state of Illinois, we have to drive it through the front door, yours, okay? Not through JCAR. Now I'm on the record, right? There was no plan to take the state fire code through rules. There was no legislation at this point to change it. What I'm going to work with Senator Cullerton, which I promised him, and we're going to work on legislation regarding fire codes in the state of Illinois and bring it back in front of you.
Okay, and I'm going to ask the same question the chairman asked. Is it your intention to mandate sprinklers?
That happens to be in the code.
For high-rise.
It's already the law.
For high-rise buildings.
It's already the law.
Right. But for new construction on high-rises and home building as well? Is it
for residential homes? Yes.
It's already in the code?
No, it's not in the code.
Is it your intention to mandate that in the code? Thank you.